Coming up.
Próximamente.
I'm glad you find it attractive, because that's all that matters, right? You and Tom
Yeah.
Hardy, no one else needs to.
Excuse me?
I run a business.
That's sexy.
I thought Stockholm was in Germany. That poo you sent me a picture of, it's still there. You're welcome then, dickhead.
And they tattooed that on his ass. And I know that people's gonna give me the right. Don't agree with me, sorry.
So I do mine and the kids together. I leave Gorka's to him. And whenever I do mine and the kids, I always take it out of the dryer. I put it on the worktop, fold everything, take it all upstairs. And the other day, I'm folding things up, and Gorka come over, and you had a major issue. You went,
No.
You know, no.
You don't know what
I'm gonna say.
The one who took the dryer and put another wash was me. And I said, do you know? Just put everything separated. But why?
You said put them in separate piles, and I said why? You actually said I'm making it easier for you.
Yes.
It's easier for me to carry one pile than it
No.
is 3 separate.
They all go in one pile. When
Exactly.
This bit is Mia. This bit is Tiago. So for example,
But
Mia,
the point was though.
Tiago, you, no?
Let's go.
Raving, come on.
What do you mean raving?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? Have you not heard the Spanish news? There's a Spanish guy, right? One of the mayors.
Julio Iglesias.
No, he's the mayor of a town in Spain. Let me turn this off. He's a mayor of a town in Spain, and he's praised the locals.
Thank you for the lights, that's better.
He's praised the locals for, well, they organised a 3-day rave over the Christmas New Year period, but they did it in like a really remote place in an abandoned warehouse. And a lot of people have said it's a disgrace, it's this, it's that. The leader of the town has said, listen, it was safe, it was far away, everyone had a good time, leave them to it. And other things I like about Spain. Yeah.
Wow.
It was, I'll give you the name of the town, 1 minute, let me put my specs on.
La Seña.
La Seña. So it was near the Catalonian town between Barcelona and Valencia. Did I say that right?
Yeah, but I never heard of this. I watch Spanish news every day.
He said it was a well-chosen location for a 3-day rave.
Oh.
Imagine the smell in that warehouse after a 3-day rave. I don't think you could last a 3-day rave, could you? I couldn't.
No.
I don't think I could go to a rave now. I used to back in the day. I used to love a good, nightclub. But now I can't think of anything worse.
I haven't heard about this.
You need to get on the blower to
The
your
only
mum and
thing
dad.
at the moment, the only thing in Spain they're talking about is Julio Iglesias.
Okay. Well, welcome to Lost in Translation.
Vamos.
So this is episode 15, Gorka.
15, we done well.
15.
Yeah.
Thank you for sticking with us. If you've
Muchas
been here since
gracias.
ep 1. If you've been here since episode 1, thank you. Get yourself cozy. Get yourself a cuppa. If you're in the car, keep your eyes on the road. But we hope you enjoy this episode. It's basically just us nattering about day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
We play a game. We solve one of your dilemmas. We each have a debate which you help us solve. Something that's annoyed about each other in the week.
Or maybe more than once.
But this week, what's going on this week? You're going away, aren't you?
Well, I'm still sore, from last week, to be honest.
Yeah, you're high rocks. You
Yes.
enjoyed it. You
I
absolutely
loved
loved
it.
it. You smashed it, as always.
Thank you.
I was in London last week.
You didn't love it, as always.
It's just very, very busy, isn't it? It was brilliant while I was down there. I had some really exciting meetings, and it's very, very good. I run a business, so I have to have my business head on in London, which I did.
Say that again.
I run a business.
That's sexy.
I'm a business owner.
Say one more time.
In my glasses.
Yes.
I'm a business owner.
Let me put the pillow there.
So I had to put my business head on and go and sit at a big table with a lot of important people and investors and explain what was on the agenda. And it was the
Nice.
whole time I was doing it thinking, please don't ask me any questions that I don't understand, because I don't know how long I can blag it for that I know what I'm doing.
Why you don't wear glasses in the night?
And then why would I wear glasses in the night when my eyes are shut? Do you like me in glasses?
Fun.
These are my work glasses, and I have to wear them now for our pod because we've got iPads. We used to have little cue cards. But when I look at a screen, my eyes go a bit funny. One turns in.
My eyes. My eyes, that's also mank.
My eyes.
Yeah, my eyes.
Mis ojos get sore.
Everything that was with me is funny when you say, meows.
My house.
You
I know
got my
I should say my house, my mum, but it's me mum, my house.
Meows. Meow.
Or
like
if
a
it's
cat.
Nina, our kid.
Yeah.
My sister.
I love it. I find it very cute when you speak like that.
Well, it's just my normal voice.
That's one of the things that attract me of you.
Do you know, I used to get on Instagram. Well, no, it was Twitter back in the day. I don't have Twitter
X.
no more. X, sorry. That's so much of a...
XMAX.
People used to message me and say, you're really, really fit until you start talking. But we just can't deal with your accent. And
You
I
should
used to
say
think, well,
them-
you're not fit with or without talking.
You used to say
Barry.
that, well, I don't really need to talk for that.
Yeah, no, but I used to think, how snide. You've not even spoke and you're not attractive. But I'm glad you find it attractive. Because that's all that matters, right? You and Tom
Yeah.
Hardy, no one else needs to.
Excuse me?
If you do want to get in touch at any point, by the way, you can do. You can email us. It's lostintranslation, all one word, lostintranslation@bowermedia.co.uk. You can get us on the WhatsApp, which is 077 610 39898. Or you can follow us on our social channel. We've got over 60,000 followers already.
Really?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's at lost.in.podcast. We do see all your questions, queries and comments on there. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
It does make us laugh. And you can like and subscribe to this. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll get to see us. I mean, I look homeless at the minute. And
Well,
look
you
how
keep-
many socks on. Even
You
my
keep it
socks
real.
twisted.
I mean, trust me, that's what you get, you know? You're not gonna get more than this. That's her doing an effort.
I didn't wear this in London. I was suited and booted for my
no,
meetings.
the other day I said to her, Gemma, I feel like you dress up on a room in the dark with no mirror. What is that?
You said I was hungover.
Yes, like I feel like sometimes when you dress up, it's like you were hangover on a dark room with no mirror.
Well, I see it as Erin Brockovich. Do you know Erin Brockovich? People used to give her shit for wearing low-cut tops and saying she shouldn't be in skirts and this and that. She still got the job done.
You know what? I remember. I don't know. I think I remember years ago. A friend of mine. Yeah, it was my student, and he was quite older than me at the time. Yeah, he had 3 kids. Like when I used to teach him, and I get on with him very well. His name was Luis.
Right.
Luis. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was from where I'm from, and he moved to live in the city that I moved to live. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had 2 boys, and the oldest was a girl, and then 2 boys.
Mm-hmm.
And they were married for like 25 years, something like that. But still, like having their own like date night on their own,
Oh, that's
or like he
nice.
used to book like a hotel night for going for dinner to Madrid, and they spend the night in a hotel like they were single. Yeah.
Cheeky pipe.
Yes, but and he's still going to the gym and train,
Yeah.
and she used to go to the gym also, like
They
making
looked after each other.
yes, make an
themselves,
effort, yeah. And he said to me once, like, that you married and you have children doesn't mean you have to say let yourself go and don't make an. I'm not telling you out to you, eh?
I was going to say, I've always been like this. I've never
No,
let
I'm
myself
saying, like,
go. I was never above this.
And he used to like, I always try to, or we always try to make each other feel like attract to each other and feel
Yeah.
like that. Even like when it was the first day,
Yeah.
because then it's like when makes the spark like, keep going always.
You see, for me, I like it whereby you can be yourself with someone, like we can. But like I fancy you most when you're just in a pair of trackies, barefoot, with just a t-shirt on in the morning and your hair's a mess and you're a bit puffy faced because you've just woke up. Like lots of people messaged and say, oh, he's got the tight pants on and Strictly, or he's got this and he's got that.
I don't even
And that-
fancy me on tight pants anyway. So.
But you fancy yourself otherwise. But I think that's what makes a couple so nice is that you see, because, you know, like for events and stuff, I have to have my hair and makeup done and I have to wear a dress and it's lovely to do that. But the thought of having to do that day to day, I don't know how people get up every day and
Oh, I don't like when you wear. I like you with no makeup and
put
yeah.
makeup on and get smart and everything every day. I think there has to be an element of you are yourself and it should be enough and you should be comfortable.
Yeah, but sometimes you with the stains on clothes.
You bought me this jumper, what are you on about?
Yeah, and it's nice.
So
I'm not saying I don't say that like the jumper. I'm not moaning about it. I'm just saying that it's not that I'm asking you to make an effort or do efforts or dress up. I don't like you when you dress up. I fancy you when you dress like for an event.
Yeah.
But I love you with no hair and makeup done.
yeah,
Because
that's
you
when
don't,
I like you.
Because you don't need it. Because you're already naturally pretty. You don't need it. What I'm saying is like when you have like holes in your socks. You know what I mean? Or like you can, for example, here and you have like state of coffee because you just dropped the coffee in yourself.
Yeah, but that's not because I'm unattractive. That's because I'm trying to juggle parking a car over a sleeping policeman whilst holding a mug
Maybe,
of coffee.
yeah, maybe. Or
you know
because
what I mean?
yeah, but also, for example, I think like you will wear a nice hoodie to cook your meal and then the oil spills on your thing. That's the thing, it's because you don't care.
So you're home from Spain.
Yes, I am.
Hence the nice little glow you've got. I knew there was a reason why you got your arms out for this ep. Are you looking a bit tanned?
No.
Tanned and toned?
It was cold in Madrid, eh? It was sunny
it?
though, but cold, yeah.
Did you see Jorge?
I did, yes. I did see him, but just roughly, just for a coffee in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah,
Jorge's his best friend in Spain.
it
He's
was lovely. I went there for the Men's Health Awards.
Men's Health Awards.
That was
Check
very
you
good,
out.
yeah. A lot of people, like, like a lot of like actors and footballers and athletes, and it was very good, yeah.
That's what you got for Christmas. You got his Men's Health cover. You weren't asked about that gift, and the hassle I had to getting that gift sorted, having to have it sent to me in HD, then on a separate format that I had to download on a laptop only. Then I had to go back to not Claire, it's someone else above Claire to get your actual cover sent to me at proper quality. And then the place that I found to get the exact same size as my cardboard thingy.
To be honest, it was a very thoughtful, but it's a very unpractical gift.
It's one you can keep forever.
Yeah, but
like
I don't think I will keep that forever. I tell you that in a few months it's going to end up in the garage.
Why though?
Because it's unproportionally huge and I won't put it anywhere. You have to be so full of yourself. Not even me would love to have that on a wall.
You've not got it to be on a wall to be full of yourself.
Yeah.
You've got it to remember your first Men's Health cover
Yes,
that you've
but
wanted to do for years and years.
I think if you, like for example, if it was a picture of this size, yeah, on a black
then it'd
frame.
be pointless. You've got that as well on your magazine cover with the frame.
No, I don't have that.
Well, it's in the office ready to be framed. I got
That will
as
be
well.
like perfect. But the big size that you got me, I don't want to put that anywhere. It won't fit any wall on the gym, and I don't want that size on the gym.
Well, when you next go to Spain, I'm going to put it in the front window of the house.
No.
So anyone who comes, postman, deliveries, friends, family, that's what they see, and they think, what a big head Gorka is. I'll go, do you know he made me put that there?
Yeah.
I'll say, can you believe I bought that for him?
Definitely not.
He made me put
Because
it there.
it's not something that I would like. It's too big. I don't want to see myself there.
Do you know how I mentioned to you
But
about...
thank you. I said to you, thank you.
Because you know how stressful it is trying to download stuff for me on a laptop.
I really appreciate the effort.
Do you know how I mentioned to you about that Spanish rave thing that went on?
Yeah.
Were you ever a raver back in the day?
No.
Never at all?
Never.
Did you go to a nightclub? You must have gone to nightclubs.
Yes, but I was at home at 2 in the morning. My first night out, I will go home at 5 in the morning. I was 21.
Why so late? Just because...
I was busy dancing.
Oh, that's good. I hope
And I've
Tiago's like
never-
that. I hope
and
he didn't go out till 21.
I didn't go, and my mum always have, even if I was 18, my mum said to me 2 o'clock, or when your first friends go home and you don't go alone, you come back. Yeah.
We used to go out like at 17. We all
Yeah.
had little fake IDs.
I've never been, you know how you used to go to Magaluf and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I've never been on holidays with my mates.
You didn't need to if you lived in Spain. Summer was gorgeous.
No, every person go. I had friends that used to go like to Ibiza holidays or Menorca holidays. I never been because the money that I could save for going on holidays with my mates to Magaluf, I spent it in dancing.
That's paid off for
Priorities.
you though,
Yeah.
hasn't it?
But
we
I've never.
used to always go.
I go
Me-
now anyway.
Yeah.
I go to my Menorca with Adrino.
Me and the girls used to have, we've done Magaluf at least 5 times. In fact, I bet someone listening will know these places. So there's a nightclub called BCM in Magaluf. Don't know
I've
if it's
been
still
there. BCM, yes.
BCM, they
The,
used to
the water
say-
parties, the phone parties.
Yeah.
I've been there.
So they used
once.
to say it stood for British Cattle Market. That's what
Yeah.
they used to say. Ugh. And next door to BCM, there was an apartment block. It was a 2-star apartment block, like a grey, greeny building. It was awful. But we used to stay there because it was cheap. So we used to book 2 rooms, me, Laura, Nat, Marissa. And do you know what, though? It wasn't a case of going, and I know you're thinking, oh, loads of lads, this and that. None of that. It was just get you drinking,
Yeah.
get you drinking in the hotel room. It was the best time.
I'm not ignoring you. Carry on, yeah?
Why, what are you trying to do?
Because now that you said that, I was going to show. You know how I was doing the 2016 thing?
Yeah,
I was going to do this. Just carry on.
okay. But yeah, we used to have the best time in Magaluf. I mean, I couldn't go now. It'd be awful now. And I hope to God Mia and Tiago don't want to go. But we all got tattoos in Magaluf. Mine's been lasered off. Laura got... Do you know my friend Laura, right? This is a true story. She's obsessed with Busted and Matt Willis. She got a tattoo of the Busted symbol on the inside of her ankle. So she got a star on the inside of her ankle. And we went to a charity event about 6 years later, and we got sat on a table with Matt and Emma Willis, and she had to change her shoes because she had the busted logo tattooed on her ankle. And she said to me, if they see this, they're going to think I'm some kind of psycho. I got Mel B's Chinese symbols on my tummy in Magaluf. It was a tattoo shop across the road from BCM.
Oh,
That's
gosh.
been lasered off now. But it was brilliant.
That's very British.
Oh, I know.
Like we call you in Spain giddies.
Giddies.
Giddies, we call you giddies. Socks and slippers, that's the image we have of
Socks
you.
and sandals.
Yeah. Burn like lobsters wearing socks and sandals.
No, I'm glad that we did it, but I'm
Yeah.
also glad it's no more.
Well, you know Fraser. Fraser is one of my best friends, yeah?
He's lovely, Fraser.
So, obviously, he's Scottish, yeah?
He's
And,
wild.
he had those Magaluf nights, yeah? So he went to Magaluf, he got so pissed that he ended up with a fox. You know Foxy, the paper roll? Foxy.
Foxy.
He got so drunk with his mates, they took him to the tattoo and they tattooed that on his ass.
What, the brand of the toilet roll?
Yeah.
Oh, bless
He
him.
might kill me for saying this, but yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
I'm gonna
Fraser.
I'm going to ask him to show me next time.
Yeah,
he's
he
up.
has it, yeah.
He's never mentioned that.
I'm gonna ask him, you will see, it's so funny.
Are you going to FaceTime him?
Yeah. He might be embarrassed.
Let me ask him the question.
Let me see if he answers. Hi, you okay, mate?
I best not be on this podcast.
Yes, you are.
Fraser, I've got a question for you,
We're
Fraser.
talking about Magaluf and tattoos.
Oh, okay.
Fraser, so you're right. So I got.
Are you then?
Yeah, I'm good. I was just saying that I've done Magaluf loads with the girls, OVS.
Yeah.
And I got Mel B's tattoos on my stomach from her album cover.
Okay.
They've since been lasered off. Have you got a fox tattooed on your
Yeah,
ass?
I've got a bit of a wild story actually. So I was in Cavos.
Right.
Went to get a tattoo. As a lot of my mates from Scotland were getting one, and my nickname at school was Foxy. So I was like, oh, I might as well get a fox on my bottom. So I got a cartoon fox and Foxy underneath. But the wild part of that story is obviously after that went out and got, you know what happens in Cavos, and I woke up in the morning and I had a pounding headache and my mouth was swollen. And I was like, what has happened here? So I went to the mirror and I also had a big metal bar in my tongue and I got my tongue pierced and it got infected.
Oh my god!
Phrase. So Gemma the Foxy.
Can I see the
I'll show
tattoo?
you after. What, right now?
Is it not? It's not near your actual hole, is it?
It's on the top of the cheek.
Oh right, okay. Let me see.
Oh, I'll send a photo to you after, all right?
Thank you for confirming it.
No worries.
I'll hand you back to Gorka. I'll see you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye, mate. See you later.
Bye. See you later.
Oh my gosh, as if he had his tongue pierced and his ass tattooed in one night. We do a part in the show where we each have a debate about something that's happened in the week, and you guys get to decide
Yes.
who wins the debate. Do you want me to tell you mine, or do you want to go first?
Yeah, you can tell me yours first.
This thing, it happened, and it made me laugh as well as annoy me, because I would do the same thing that you did. Basically, our next door neighbour's got 2 dogs. They're lovely, really nice dogs. Big Labradors, aren't they? But his fence is blown out at the minute, so he's waiting to get his fence repaired. And one of his dogs escaped, bless him. And it pooed near our house. And Gorka panicked that Benji had eaten something that wasn't his because there was a poo. Obviously, Benji's a smaller dog, but there was a massive poo. And you took a picture and said, surely this can't be Benji. What's he been eating? And I saw it and was like, oh my gosh, no. I said, it must be next door's dog because he's got out. I said, don't worry, I'll let him know that his dog's escaping type thing. Because we are mates, he's lovely. And it was like 11 o'clock in the day when you sent it me. I was working. I came home from the radio about 20 to 8 and it was still there.
Oh.
And I went in the house and said, that poo you sent me a picture of, it's still there. And you went, oh yeah, I wanted you to see it. And I was like,
Yeah.
but I saw it on the picture. And Mia said to me, Papa didn't want to pick it up. Now, I understand picking up someone else's dog poo is awful. Benji's poo, I don't mind picking Benji's poo up. Another dog, you're like, ugh, even though it's the exact same thing, you're just a bit like, ugh. But my debate was you saw it, you took a picture, you sent me the picture, but then you didn't think to pick it up and put it in the bin. You just left it on the drive so that when I arrived home, I was like, oh. And I thought, God, no, that isn't Benji. But that's my debate.
Nice.
Anything to add?
No.
Okay. What's your debate?
My debate is sometimes the bins get full very quickly. So then you
Always our bins get full very quickly.
And then you, for example, put the black bins in the garage. And sometimes again, like always, you just put boxes. You keep carrying on boxes of deliveries.
Yeah.
In the garage until you cannot do anymore. And then you said to me, you need to go to the tip.
Yeah.
There's too many things on the garage. The garage
You
needs
love
to be
going
sorted.
to the tip.
Yes, but you tell me when it's full of everything, and then there is like, the bin bag has been there for 3 days.
But if I don't put it there, there's nowhere to put it.
Okay.
If I go to the tip, you would genuinely be annoyed. You love going to the tip.
I love to go, yeah. 'Cause
You like it.
It's
So
a nice distraction.
Yeah, and he always comes back from the tip with a coffee. So you don't just go to the tip.
No, I go to the tip in the coffee shop next to it.
There you go.
But it's just the black bins in the garage for 3 days, then it gets smelly.
But if you keep them outside, we live near an open farm. We live
No,
near a
it's
back
not,
field.
Yeah, it's not because of
If
that.
you keep it outside, you're going to get rats, you're going to get foxes, you're going to get all kinds eating it, which I'm all
It's
for.
just because if I see them there, I know they are there and I take them. Sometimes you put them in the garage and I didn't even know they were there. Because sometimes I'm not in the house when you change the bin
I said
bag.
to you this morning, actually, the garage stinks.
Yes, and I didn't know those bags were there. Because the last time you said to me, I'm going to put this bin on the black bin and step on it. But you didn't. You put it straight in the
We
garage.
have to put the black bin out tonight.
Yes, I know. I saw it already outside.
Yeah, I've put it outside to remind me when I come home from work I need to take it out.
No,
We've got a
put
long
it-
drive.
I'd put it up.
Put them 2 black bins from the garage
Doesn't
in
fit.
someone else's bin. Why are you looking at me like that?
You can't do that.
What do you mean you can't do that? Of course you can. If their bin's half empty.
Sorry, number 7. I'm going to put my bins, my
No,
bins in your...
That's normal. Surely that's a standard thing. If our bin was half empty and it was bin day and someone else was struggling to fill their bin, I'd say, listen, ours ain't full, just pop it in
No.
ours.
I don't think everybody thinks the same way as you, Gemma.
Well, I've done that about 4 times in the last 6 months.
Well, today's week...
It's not affected anyone.
Today's week, the debate haven't been very dramatic, no?
I think mine would win. I think the fact that you had no comeback shows that you're ashamed and embarrassed.
No, to be honest, I left it there in case you need to do a video for the neighbour. That's the only thing I left
I
it there.
don't need to video him. It's on the blooming doorbell. I didn't want his dog
Okay.
to get run over. But he's got
Well,
a new gate now. But I don't want his
anyway.
dog to get hit. That was my issue. Is that cars flung round.
I love how you have only an issue when it involves animals.
Yeah, because I don't want his dog to get run over. That'd be carnage. Who do you agree with, though? Let us know. It's lost in translation at bowermedia.co.uk, or you can WhatsApp us 077 610 39898, or you can follow us on our social channels. It's at lost.in.podcast.
Should we resolve this week's dilemma?
Let's solve one of your dilemmas. Last week we had our first voice note of the series. I'm pleased to say we've got another one, and I think this is the first male dilemma we've solved.
And you know what? I think, guys, for now on, if you can send voice notes, it's actually even more fun. Because I think when you read the dilemma on a voice, you hear it on the voice of the person,
It's
can
more
get...
relatable, isn't
You
it?
can get into the mood,
Character.
the situation, you know. You can tell if that person is annoyed or not.
Well, if you do want to send us a dilemma like Dan has done, it's lost in translation at bowermedia.co.uk. Dan, this is your dilemma on a voice note.
Hi Gemma, hi Gorka. Please be honest and tell me if I'm being petty or if this is genuinely rude behaviour. But once I've noticed this, I can't not see it. So one of my best friends never says thank you ever. If I hold a door open for them, they don't say thanks, they don't smile or like give an awkward nod, and they don't do the thank you wave whilst they're driving either. It's like these things are just like they're God-given right. And it makes my skin crawl because I was brought up to believe that basic manners cost nothing, and I find myself like overcompensating for it, so I'll loudly say thank you on their behalf, which makes things even more awkward. I've started noticing it everywhere now as well, so like waiters, shop staff, strangers, and it's honestly making me see them differently. And it feels small, but it also feels like it says something bigger about entitlement and respect. So am I overreacting, or is it fair to be annoyed by someone who can't manage basic politeness? And do I call them out or just stop holding doors open altogether?
Oh, Dan.
I am with you, Dan.
I'm with you, Dan. That's awful. He sounds like
Yeah.
just like you say, just rude.
I also wanted to ask, is he your friend British or is from another country, firstly?
If he's Spanish, it could be rude.
Excuse me?
You sometimes come across rude, the
No, I'm not
Spaniards.
rude.
No,
I'm
you're
direct.
not. You come across because you're direct. Like,
But I'm not rude.
if a waiter comes up to us and we're eating, if he says, is it nice? I'll go, yeah, it's okay, thank you. You'll go, no, this is not right, this is not. And it's like, oh, fucking hell. But back to Dan and his mate, I agree with Dan. It is rude. And it gets to a point where it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It becomes so embarrassing when you're in the company of someone who's, especially to waiters, people in public service, they're doing a public service, they're trying the best, they're knackered.
Yeah.
The last thing they need is to not be thanked
Yeah.
or feel appreciated for doing a job.
But it's not even that. I can how you put it? Empathize with Dan because I have friends that are that way.
It's always like Dan said, they cost nothing. Doesn't matter your background, where you're from. You can have. Man, like, do you remember this morning? I said to Mia and Tiago, "Do you want some water?" They said, "Yes, please." I gave Tiago a bottle of water. He went, "Thank you, mummy."
Yeah.
Just the smallest thing. And when it comes to doors and when it comes to waving with cars, I mean, you can vouch for me for this. I'm a driver whereby if I let someone go and they don't thank me, I will go, "Oh, you're welcome then, dickhead."
Yeah, but
Literally.
She gets very aggressive when she's driving.
Because they should say thank you. I always say thank you. If another car lets me go, I think, "Oh, thank you." I always go, "Thank you." I mouth it, I wave, because in my head I think they could be in a rush. They could have had a stressful morning.
What if sometimes...
They've still let me go before
What if
them.
sometimes you go like, "Thank you"? Is that okay?
I don't put my rods up.
But for example, can you say thank you and do that at the same time?
No, because it's two different things.
Thank you.
But no, Dan, I think what you should say, you should just call him out and just say, "Mate, why have you not got any manners?"
Yeah,
And he'll be like, "What?" And just say, every time you never say thanks for anything. Where's that from? What's that about?
Or just go like, "You're welcome." Start to be like, "You're welcome, mate. You're welcome." And
Yeah.
then, until make it like obvious to them and then make it feel awkward.
No, I would definitely, I'd call him out on it, Dan, because also you don't want to be guilty by association with it as
Yeah.
well. I don't know, maybe it's getting older for me, but I've realised the company I surround myself with, they're either a drain or a radiator. They're either going to radiate you up, make you feel good, or they're going to just drain the life out of you and make you angry. And it sounds like your mate's making you angry, and life's too short. So my advice would be, call him out, absolutely, and just have a chat with him. He might have some inner anger issues, mightn't he?
Yeah.
But thank you so much. Thank you, Dan, for getting in touch.
Even for
And
example,
thank you for listening.
I just ask about the culture thing because even like me, for example, like when I go to Spain now and I go to let's say, for example, a coffee shop, no?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna order, yeah?
Yeah.
So for example, here you go like, "Hi," and then like, "What would you like?"
Hi,
You're like,
hello.
"Hi, can I have," no? So
Yeah.
in Spain, when you go to even like, let's say, even in the airport to Starbucks, yeah?
Yeah.
And the person waiting there is like, "What would you like?" Straight away. Right, and they go like, "What do you want?" Because
Yeah.
that's how we say it in Spanish, no?
Yeah.
Which here would be
You say,
rude.
"Dimmi,"
Yeah.
which
Or
means
like,
tell me.
That makes sense. And then you go like, "One coffee." And you're like, "Thanks," and leave. It's very like...
Very direct.
Coffee, please. Thank you, bye. So it's not like, "Hi, how are you? Can I have a coffee, please?" So for example, when I go to Spain now, I go like, "Hi, how are you? Can I have this, can I have a flat white with oatmeal, please? Thank you." And they go like, "Oh, yes." They find it like quite like over polite.
That's like when I go London.
That makes sense.
When I go, "Hiya, how's your
Yeah,
day been?
yeah,
You okay?" They
yeah.
look at me like I'm going to batter them. They go,
Yeah.
yeah, what do you want? What do you want? Get out. But yeah, maybe it is that, like you say, north-south and different cultures.
Yeah.
I think as well because people are so busy these days. A lot of the time, not in every time, so I'm not defending you, mate, Dan, but in some cases, it's like if I'm rushing, I'm on the phone, walking, and someone holds the door, I just go, "Thanks." And I think afterwards, "Oh, maybe I should have put the phone on my chest and gone, "Thank you." But you're so busy. But I do that maybe 1% of the time. Other than that, I go out of my way.
Yeah.
Because I'm also aware when it comes to Mia and Tio, there'll be so many people who automatically assume they will be rude because you're the dad and I'm the mum.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I go out of my way to be like, absolutely not. And I'm always drilling into them.
Yeah.
You know, my mum used to drill in manners to me all the time. I used to say, "Mum, can I have some water?" And she used to pop her head round and go, "If you ask me properly, yeah."
Yeah.
I go, "Mum, please, can I have some water?" And she'd say, "Yes, of course you can."
I think it's also like nowadays, like general wise, a lot of the manners, like for example, like me, if I'm walking with you and I open the door, I will never open the door and walk myself first. I open the door and let you pass, or someone else, if it's like someone else, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you let me pass, but then you'll trip me up and go, hey, afterwards.
No, I
You'll stick
wouldn't.
your foot out sometimes.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, but thank you for getting in touch, Dan. And I'm really pleased that you're the first male dilemma that we've hopefully solved. But any more males, get in touch. Come on, we love
Yeah.
it. You need to be on Gorka's side. Get in touch, lostintranslation@bauermedia.co.uk or lost.in.podcast and our social media. Please like, subscribe, share. Is your back hurting you? You're doing a lot of
Yes.
wriggling.
Yeah, my back and my knee. I think it's because I'm still sore from
It's
the
from
high
your high
rocks.
rock. Oh, he's done a high rocks.
Yeah, anyway, should we play another game?
Yes.
I
Let's
love
do this week's
one.
game.
I think you're going to be very good at this.
Oh, no. This game, I know I'm already going to lose because Gorka always rips me because I'm terrible with my geography. When it comes to meanders in rivers and plate tectonics and earthquakes and typhoons and stuff, I'm on it. When it comes to countries, towns and cities, I have no clue. The amount of times I've said to him, where's such a place? Where's Russia? Where's this? So you're probably going to win this anyway.
Well, I don't know, because this is different. So this is not like about putting in the map where is which, yeah?
Yeah, but it's naming the capital cities of these countries.
Yes,
so we've
so-
each got 5 countries each that we have to name the capital city of.
Okay.
I can see yours, you can see mine.
Yes, so we're going to start, yeah?
Yeah.
Best of 5.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not good at this, eh?
I have no clue capital city. I know London's ours.
Some of them will know, yeah?
Yeah.
So you start first?
Greece. What's the capital city of Greece?
Athens.
Correct. Ting.
Spain.
Madrid.
Yes. We should do something that you have
I
that you
didn't
know,
know
like
if
in the
it-
penalties, like the 5 dots and go red
I
or
didn't
green.
know if it was Madrid or Barcelona then, genuinely. That
Yeah.
was a guess. The Netherlands.
Netherlands. Yes, I know it, and it's where everybody goes to the. Espera un segundo. Oh my god, I forgot the name, but I know which one it is. The red district.
Oh, you know the red light district, don't you?
Oh,
I thought you'd go for the bicycle rides there.
yes,
not
and
the red
and
light.
The canals, but I forgot the name now.
It sounds like hamster.
Amsterdam.
There you go.
Yes.
Ting!
Well, you know what? Ivan Drago is from there.
Russia.
Yes, the capital of Russia.
Moscow.
Correct.
I lived in Moscow for 7 weeks.
Nice.
Hungary.
Hungary, Budapest.
Correct.
Sweden
Sweden.
has a stock.
It has a Stockholm.
Yes, correct.
I thought Stockholm was in Germany. I'm joking. Oh, you'll get this one. Puerto Rico.
You know what? I might not get it right because Puerto Rico, I will tell you San Juan, but I don't think it's San Juan
Why?
because I would say San Juan is the biggest city, but it might not be San Juan.
It is San Juan.
Okay, San Juan de Puerto Rico is beautiful.
Or San Juan, as I'd say.
San Juan, the old town of Puerto Rico, it's beautiful. You know, I docked there on the ship, and when
Yeah.
you get off the dockyard, the first thing that you say is this huge hotel. You feel like you are on the 20s. We say Hard Rock Cafe, and it's like going back to I don't know. You feel like you are in like it's like well, it was part of the States,
Yeah.
but back in the 20s, 40s, it's beautiful. Yeah.
My next one?
Belgium.
Brussels.
Yes.
Do you know why?
Sprouts.
Sprouts?
Yeah.
No.
Brussels sprouts.
Wham Vam.
Ah, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme is the muscles from Brussels.
Oh,
Come
nice.
on. You didn't expect me to get that one, did you?
Yeah.
South Korea.
South Korea. Oof, that's a difficult one.
Yeah. Do you know the boy band BTS have just done 2 years in the South Korean military service? That's why they've not made any music.
Nice.
They're on a world tour. Everyone thought they'd just been on a hiatus, but they'd been in the military. Little fact for you there.
Seoul.
How did you know that?
Just I need to think about for a bit.
Okay. My last one.
Cuba.
Oh, I know this one because I've been, and it's where that you can't buy stuff, and they drive all the old Cadillacs. They drive all the old cars. Oh, this is like your one that you got stuck with. This is like your Amsterdam, where I know the name.
There's a Chile who has the chili and a pepper has the name of it.
Yeah, I know. I've been to it. I've been in that. I've got a picture of me in the market square in that place, and I hired a pink Cadillac.
China and Neil's daughter is called that way.
Havana, Unana.
There you go.
That's the one. Yeah.
Should you do some more cities, some more countries?
No, because I don't know any.
No, just say a country and then
Africa.
Africa's a continent.
Oh. Let's move on.
South
then.
Africa. South Africa.
No, but do you know what? You say this. Gorka takes the mick out of me for not knowing all these countries and places.
That was brilliant.
First of all,
no, that was brilliant. Let's do more countries. Africa.
First of all, I'm not as well travelled of it as him, but I always think I'm an advocate for education in school, 100%.
Okay.
But
Life skills, no?
life skills, I think I would much rather have benefited to knowing how to pay my taxes than I would knowing what a plate tectonic was.
You still not having now how to do it. Your man has to do it for you.
When did you last need an isosceles triangle in your life?
No, but for example, it's fine. I'm not laughing. I was laughing at that because that was funny. South Africa is Johannesburg.
I've been to Johannesburg. Have you?
Nice. Yes, in Cape Town.
And Cape Town. It's beautiful.
Okay, can I do another capital?
Why? Because you know I can't answer them, so you're just trying to throw me under a bus.
No.
Go
What
on
if I
then.
say Portugal?
Funchal.
That's not a capital.
That serves you right.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
The cap is Lisbon.
Big fan of him, so
Yeah, it's Lisbon.
there you go. Yeah,
Yeah, in your face.
yeah. Sweet.
See. Right, let's just move on because I don't like this game because
It's good. You stay with the life skills for me and Tiago, and I
You
will.
stay with your
I will
geography
make sure I
skills.
teach them maths and geographics.
geographics. When you did, is it true? I asked Gorka about school, and because you had English lessons, but I remember you saying to me all you had to do was write a letter to Queen Elizabeth.
No,
It was you had to write a letter to Queen Elizabeth as part of
no,
something. You said it wasn't a lot of English.
no. I said our teacher wasn't very good at English.
I'm sure you told me you had to write as
No.
part of your teaching. As much as all you had to do was write a letter, obviously not send it to the Queen.
No, they used to play us like cassettes. You know, like audio things.
Yeah.
Like Duolingo, but on a cassette, and they go like repeat the words. School, park.
Escribe.
Park. Yeah. But my teacher used to talk like this. Yeah. So if people say that I have a Spanish accent, right? She used to talk like this. Hello. So today we're doing that podcast, and in today's podcast we are talking about is the things that we do in our house day to day.
But that's in English, just with an accent.
Yeah, but that was how she used to speak. I do not speak like that.
We used to have an English teacher teaching us Spanish. The only teacher we had who was actually French was the French teacher. So you learnt French with an accent, but I chose Spanish.
Talking about this, you know, Mia the other day said to me, Papa, remember when Mommy was pregnant with me? And I was like, yes, she had a Spanish teacher. And Nana said to me that I could have lessons for Spanish with the
she
teacher that
could,
Mommy
yeah.
had. So we should do that.
It was near the old house, that.
Yeah, because I think...
She's really good,
Because she
Mia.
was saying to me, because I think, Papa, only speaking with you, it will be more difficult. But if I have a teacher and then when I go home I speak to you in Spanish all the time, I could learn Spanish.
She could learn Spanish.
More Spanish.
Yeah.
So I think we should do that.
It's annoying they don't do Spanish in Mia's school. It's French and German. They should. Everyone should learn Spanish, really. Whenever you go on holiday.
Yeah, I think we should do. But you know what we should do? We should start a petition to the government and the Prime Minister, yeah?
I'm sure they'll listen to us.
I know there's a lot of people who listen to this that will agree with us. Most of the places that you guys, British, go on holidays is Spain mainland, Canary Islands,
Magaluf.
or Mallorca.
Get your ass
Or
tattooed.
what is Mallorca? Part of which islands?
The
Oh,
Canaries.
that was talking
the
about
Canary
geogra-
Islands, isn't it?
talking about geographics. This is a funny story.
I know what you're gonna say. The
Yesterday,
Balearics.
we were looking about holidays, and say where we could gonna go. And I said to Gemma, my friend Jorge, he's thinking to go to holidays or on February in the half term, or to Canary Islands. Or to Dubai. He was like, where's like maybe for Lanzarote? And she was like, oh yeah, we can go to Lanzarote. And I said, yeah, but he said it's very windy. And Gemma said, what other island we can go in the Canary Islands? Like, well, we can go to Tenerife, but we've been already. He's like, oh, we could go to Mallorca. And I was like, Mallorca is not in the Canary Islands, it's in the Balears. So it's not the same. It's like, no, one is in the south of Spain, one is in the Mediterranean. It's
And
funny.
we've still not booked it. Because Mia finishes school this time for term, and 4 days later, Gorka starts rehearsals for his frigging tour. So we're in a predicament of either taking her out of school to go on holiday or not going on holiday.
Or you can go on holiday with them.
But it won't be a holiday, will it? If I'm on my own with a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old, it's going to be hell on earth.
You can take your mum and
It's just going to be a
Peter.
home from home, but
You
with
can
hot
go with
heat.
mum and Peter with you again.
No, because then you don't get a holiday, and I want us to have a family holiday.
I haven't got a holiday in the last 2 years.
We need to have a proper family holiday, but it's typical. It's absolutely typical. There's like a 4-day gap.
If you pay me the money that I get on tour, I won't go on tour, and then I'm happy to go on holidays.
But then you'll let the tour down.
Yeah,
I'd rather that. I'd rather go on holiday.
yeah, me too. Trust me,
But should we wrap it up then now?
it's cold, yeah.
We're wearing a t-shirt.
You say
showing off
wrap
your tan.
it up, cold.
Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to get in touch with us, please do. It's at lost.in.podcast.
Can I say that? Lost.in.podcast.
Yeah, that's our social media page. What about the
Nice.
WhatsApp? You want to give the WhatsApp number out?
Yes, what is the number? I lost it.
Oh my goodness. You see, this is why I do these bits. It's 077 610 39898, or you can email us.
077
No. Lost in translation at bowermedia.co.uk.
You see, I don't have the number here.
You do, it's at the very top.
I was at the very end,
He
sorry.
doesn't know the number, but he does know the capital of
Yeah,
South Korea.
you can send a WhatsApp to no nudes, please, yeah? 077 610 39898. O en español 077 610 39898.
We will see you next week. Thank you for tuning in.
Adiós.